Hi, welcome to MatTechTV. In this episode, we're going to demonstrate the basics for creating a word processing document using Google Drive. To get started, you need to log into your Google Drive account, go to your dashboard here, and find the red Create button up here on the left. Click that button, and then select Document. Alright, a blank document will open up. Looks pretty familiar, looks a lot like most word processing programs that you've probably used in the past. Up here at the top, let's start off by giving this a title. You notice it says Untitled Document. To title it, simply click that title. Come down here in the box. Type your title and click OK, and you'll see it's given it a title. Now here's a cool thing. If I go back to my dashboard, you'll notice that document is already there. It's already titled. Google Drive automatically saves your work products. You don't have to go up and go to File Save periodically to make sure that you're not going to lose your work. It automatically does it in virtually real time as you make changes. Alright, so the next thing we can do is we can simply start typing some text. So I'm going to type a little passage here. Okay, so I've got my passage. You notice all that. That's just, again, very similar to what you would do in any other word processing document. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to maybe make a few changes to the formatting of these fonts. Now again, this is really similar to what you would see anywhere else. So maybe I want this first word to have some kind of fancy font. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to choose the font I want. Now the first thing that you'll notice, now mine's I've added a few previously, but there's really just a very limited number of fonts to choose from when you first log into your Google Drive. You can add more really easily, however, by selecting the More Fonts button here, and then you can just browse through all of the choices and pick whichever one you like, and then click OK. Alright, so now I have added to my font list. You can see all of those different choices. So we're going to choose Change 1. Alright, so I've got that font there. I also want to maybe make it a little bigger. This is standard stuff. Okay, if I want to make it bold, I can do that. I can make it italicized, underline. I could change the text color. Maybe I want to make this one kind of a red. Alright, so now I've got my font options set. All of that is really standard stuff. One thing that's not standard, or maybe that you're not familiar with, it does exist in Microsoft Word, but it's a little easier to do here, is there's something called a format painter. This is something you got to check out. What you do, let's say I want to duplicate this font style here, but I don't have to go through all the choices of changing it to change 1, 14, bold, italicized, and red. I just want to copy that style. This little roller right here will do the trick for you. That is called a paint format roller, and you simply highlight what you want to copy, click the roller, and then highlight the text you want to change to that font, and it'll transfer that style to that other piece of text. Pretty useful, huh? Alright, so that's the basics of the formatting tools. Of course, you can also do some of the similar formatting things to paragraphs that you can in any other word processing document. For example, if I want this all centered on the page, I can find my alignment tools right here. And I can click center. I can right align it. I can fully justify it. I can do all of the normal things that I would do with a word processing program. I can also change the line spacing. The default is the unusual 1.15. Not sure what that is based on, but that's the default here. If you want to make double spacing, you simply click as such and make it double spacing. Okay, another thing that you can do is use the Styles menu, which again is just like you would with Microsoft Word or many other word processors, and it's right here. Normally it's set at normal text. That's the default. You can change it to title, like so. I could change it to heading 1. There's different levels here, so just understand that you do have similar tools in terms of styles as you do in any other word processor. You can also get in and create custom styles. We're not going to do any of that right now, but just know that styles menu is there. You can also format your paragraphs your margins, things like that, using the ruler tool that's up here. If I want to make my right margin smaller, all I have to do is click and drag it. If I want to make my left margin smaller, same thing. You have to move it so that you get the little arrow, which is not that easy. It's not what I want. I want it right there. There we go. All right, you can change your indents. As you can see, if I want a first line indent on every paragraph, I can simply drag that across. If I wanted to do a hanging indent, as if with like a bibliography, I can drag the lower one across, and then the second line of any paragraph or a bibliographical entry, excuse me, would be indented. Furthermore, if you want to add tabs, you can add tab stops really easily in Google Docs. You simply click where you want a tab to go and tell it if you want a left tab stop, a center tab stop, or a right tab stop. So if I want a left tab stop, I just put it there. So now, and if you want to get rid of a tab, you can simply drag it off of the screen, off of your ruler, and it's gone. Okay, so those are the basics. You can see that this really is set up very much like any other word processor you've used. All right, that's it for this lesson. In the next one, what we'll do is we'll cover some more advanced things that you can do with your documents, such as how to insert things like tables, how to insert images, hyperlinks, and a few other little bells and whistles.